Dear students, in this module, we'll again continue with our ongoing chapter and the topic of discussion, that was oogenesis. Now, when we talk about oogenesis, it basically includes the following stages. That is the first stage, which is referred to as the multiplication phase. Now, when we talk about this multiplication phase, the cells of the germinal epithelium, so they'll develop to form the egg mother cell. Now this egg mother cell, it is diploid in nature. That means the ploidy, it is 12, and this egg mother cell will develop to form the oocyte. Now these oocyte, their ploidy is also 2N, and they will develop into the primary follicle. Now the ploidy of primary follicle even is 2N. So when we talk about the multiplication phase, it involves the simple process of mitosis, where the egg mother cell undergoes multiplication. By mitotic division forms a large number of oocyte which produce a large number of primary follicles undergoing the process of mitosis. The next stage, that is what is referred to as the growth phase. In the growth phase, these primary follicles which have been formed by the multiplication phase, the primary follicle, they'll increase in size. That means the yolk content, it increases. Now when the yolk content increases, that is what is called as vitellogenesis. So the process is called as vitellogenesis. In case of humans, the yolk content, it will increase. So in case of humans, the yolk content increases up to 200 times when we talk about in case of the growth phase. Now that is for the humans, the increment which is observed, that is 200 times. Whereas the yolk content, it increases up to 20,000 times. In a case of the frogs, the number goes up to 90,000 times. In a case of Drosophila, that is Drosophila melanogaster, that is the fruit fly. Now in case of the human female, the yolk content need not increase it need not be much larger in size, because the nourishment to the growing embryo, it is provided by the placental tissue. The endometrium lining gets thickened up, is lined up with blood vessels and provides nourishment for the growing or the developing embryo. Therefore, the increment which is observed in the yolk content, that is 200 times. The next phase, that is what is referred to as the maturation phase. It embarks meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 process. So now the primary oocyte which is being formed, the primary oocyte, it will undergo the meiotic division, the first meiosis. So in case of, if we are talking about the third phase, that is the maturation phase. In case of maturation phase, the primary oocyte, so the primary oocyte, it will undergo meiosis 1 to produce the secondary oocyte, and it also produces a polar body. So there's the secondary oocyte, a larger cell which is produced, and a smaller one which is referred to as the polar body. So the polar body later on, a smaller polar body, it gets disintegrated later on, and this polar body, that is the first polar body. Now when we talk about the polar body, what is the utility of that? It provides the cytoplasmic content, as well as the polar body will help to maintain the chromosome number. Now in the secondary oocyte stage itself, the secondary oocyte stage only, the ovulation will take place. Ovulation takes place on the 14th day of a 28-day cycle. So the egg gets released and reaches the fallopian tube in the secondary oocyte stage. In the next stage, the secondary oocyte, it will undergo meiosis 2. And it undergoes meiosis 2 so as to produce the ovum or the ooted, and it produces the second polar body which will get disintegrated later on. And this ovum or ooted or egg, it will be fertilized by the sperm. But this meiosis 2 process, it gets arrested at metaphase and does not proceed until and unless the sperm reaches the fallopian tube. So sperm will give the triggering, it will trigger, it will send the signaling. Only then the secondary oocyte will undergo meiosis 2, the one which had got arrested at metaphase. It will continue and will form the egg. Now when the egg and the sperm have reached the fallopian tube at the ampulla isthmus junction, the fertilization will take place, and then the development and the implantation will take place in the uterus of the embryo. So in this module we had discussed about the various stages in the oogenesis. Thank you.